The person who meditates in remembrance on the Lord in his heart is liberated. Know this well. There is no difference between him and the Lord, O Nanak, except this as the truth. What does it mean to say that there is no difference between the Lord and the humble servant of the Lord? Please see to whom are these lines being spoken? Who's being addressed in these verses? The injunction is with respect to you. The effect that the servant of Lord has upon you is godly. The effect that the servant of God has upon you is godly. And therefore it is being said that there is no difference between God and the true worshipper of God when it comes to you. In the context of their effect upon you, God and the man of God are one. God cannot even be a word, let alone an object. Because fundamentally, there is nothing in our language, there is nothing in our word that corresponds to God. There is only the manifestation of godliness that you can see in somebody like Guru Nanak Dev Ji, that makes you wonder that there must be God. In fact, to a human being, there is no proof of God except the man of God. There is nothing in the material world as such that will suggest to you that beyondness exists. There is nothing in the world that is beyond the world. Or is there? I repeat, is there anything in the world that is beyond the world? And that is why the humble servant of the Lord, the dedicated devotee, or the Guru, is being so lavishly praised. Because he does something that nothing else in the universe does. He stands as living proof of something beyond the world. Now this is incredible. This is paradoxical. Living, eating, breathing as a product of evolution as a creature in Prakriti, as one of the things, living things in the world, he is yet symbolizing, proving something that is absolutely not of this world. And except for him, there is no proof of godliness for you. So the Gurus say that God comes to earth as the devotee of God, or God comes to earth as the messenger of God. How else can he be useful to you? Formlessly, limitlessly, facelessly, wordlessly, God will just remain an abstract principle to you. You will not be able to be helped by him. God might be omnipotent, but it is only the face of God that is useful. Otherwise, with all his potency, God remains helpless in terms of helping you. Because we are phased creatures, we are creatures with forms and names. We require and we insist that we need somebody with a form, face, and name. There is so much moisture in the air, is there not? And air is freely available to you. And air contains moisture. It's the moisture in the air that ultimately rains upon you. There is so much moisture in the air. There is so much water in the air. And it's all available to you, right? Wave your hand. You're actually waving your hand against water molecules. But would that quench your thirst? For your thirst to be quenched, you require just a little limited, finite tumbler of water. You do not require the infinite moisture contained in the air. That infinity is of no use to you. God is like that infinity. Very abundant, very available, and very useless. With all the moisture in the air, people still die of thirst, don't they? Even in very humid regions, there is so much humidity. And because there is so much humidity, you are sweating a lot. And that is further dehydrating you. And you died because of lack of water. Precisely because there was so much water available around you that it made the air humid. The man of God is a cup of water. What would you rather have? The infinite moisture in the airs, or a little cup of water? That's what the Gurus are saying. Don't live in abstractions. Be humble. Live in reality. The Mool Mantra describes godliness in all its glory. And then the last word says, Guru Prasad. It says that godliness is beautiful and bountiful, but it comes to you only as the grace of the Guru. Otherwise, it remains a utopia, a distant dream, a fancy, a poetic abstraction. Saints have gone on to say that if you forget God, it probably won't harm you much. But if you forget the man of God, then who will save you? The air might be more humid or less humid. If you have your glass of water with you, you won't die of thirst. And if you don't have your glass of water with you, the air might be saturated with humidity. You'd still die of thirst. Hari रूठे गुरु ठौर है, गुरु रूठे नहीं ठौर. If God is away, not a big problem. The Guru is there. The servant of God is there. He is the one who really matters. Hari रूठे गुरु ठौर है, गुरु रूठे नहीं ठौर. But if the Guru is gone, then not even God will save you, because God does not really exist the way the universe does, things do, human beings do. God exists only as a light in the heart of mortal human beings, sentient creatures. Lose the sentient human being, and from where will you get the light? That light does not exist independently. And even if it does exist independently, it does not exist independently for you. For you, it is existent and accessible only when it shines in the heart of another human being like you. Otherwise, irrespective of its existence, it becomes inaccessible.